One of the aspects of the meeting between President Zelenskyy of Ukraine and Joe Biden, as well as Zelensky's address to Congress and all the different things that happened yesterday, was that Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz decided they were going to take this as an opportunity to snub Zelenskyy and show that they didn't really support, I guess, his efforts to lead his country in defending themselves as much as the other members of Congress. So I have two clips for you of Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz. One of them, they're on their phone. The other, they're not standing when everyone does a standing ovation. And you're not required to stand up whenever people do a standing ovation, of course, but if you choose not to while everyone else does, it means you're making a decision to get attention. You want to get attention to make a point. And the point they're trying to make is not one I agree with. Before we watch these clips, quickly, this being reported here from Business Insider. Representatives Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz stayed seated and did not applaud as other lawmakers gave a standing ovation for Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy when he addressed Congress. Zelenskyy spoke to a joint session of Congress on Wednesday. It marked his first visit outside Ukraine since Russia's invasion began in February. While Boebert and Gaetz attended, neither MAGA Republicans seemed impressed. And then we will look at those moments ourselves. First one, as you'll see here.
An investment in the global security and democracy that we handle in the most responsible way.
And I'll stop it there so you can see Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert just kind of staying seated as if they're not supportive or impressed with what he's saying. Again, I say, it's not that I'm just, oh my gosh, you're not doing what everyone else is doing and that on its face is horrible. No, because you chose to do that so that you would get a camera pointed at you, so that you would have some sort of platform to be making a point. And the point that you're making is, I don't stand behind Ukraine, who is justifiably defending themselves against an invasion and a brutal one. So very aggravating second moment here, just on their phones, doing their thing.
I believe there should be no taboos between us.
I mean, we've seen so many within the right-wing movement just kind of have the most strange reaction to the Russian invasion of Ukraine, and a pretty vile one. And we'll look at later in the show Tucker Carlson's reaction, which is also just deeply unsettling and inaccurate. And so here, choosing to use this opportunity, a historic address to Congress from the president of Ukraine, his first time out of Ukraine since Russia's invasion, and your reaction, even if you have some particular differences on, hey, this dollar amount seems too much, this type of weapon support seems too much, that's a conversation that you can have. But just to simply say, I'm going to try to disrespect this whole process, disrespect this leader for the point of getting attention, to me is so petulant and so childish, and again is trying to get attention for a stance that I just don't disagree with. I don't think that, as many of these right-wingers are trying to get people to believe, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is some horrible killer who wants to do this terrible destruction, and that's why he's defending himself and helping lead his country defend themselves from Russia's invasion. Russia didn't have to invade, so why are we now blaming the country that got invaded for any of this situation? It is very bizarre and very, again, inaccurate and enraging, as exemplified there by Lauren Boebert and Matt Gaetz. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get a full extra show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/LukeBeasley. That's patreon.com/LukeBeasley, and there's a link in the description.